The term Nephilim appears in the Bible, specifically in the book of Genesis. The relevant passage is in Genesis chapter 6 verses 1 to 4, New International Version. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. Interpretations of this passage vary, and there is debate among scholars and theologians about the identity and nature of the Nephilim. The phrase, sons of God, is sometimes interpreted to refer to angels or divine beings, and their unions with human women are said to have produced the Nephilim. The Nephilim are described as heroes of old, men of renown, suggesting that they were figures of great strength or significance. Different religious traditions and scholars may have varying interpretations of these verses, and the concept of the Nephilim has been the subject of speculation and discussion for centuries. In popular culture, the idea of the Nephilim has been further explored in various ways, sometimes taking on more fantastical or mythological characteristics. The Nephilim in the Bible. The term Nephilim appears in the Bible in the book of Genesis, specifically in Genesis chapter 6 verses 1 to 4. These verses are part of the broader narrative of the early chapters of Genesis, which includes the creation story, the fall of humanity, and the genealogies of various patriarchs. Genesis chapter 6 verses 1 to 4, Niv. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful. And they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. Interpretations of the Nephilim. Angelic interpretation. Some interpretations suggest that the sons of God, mentioned in Genesis chapter 6 verse 2, refer to angels or divine beings. According to this view, these beings took human wives, resulting in the Nephilim, a hybrid race of supernatural beings. Human leadership interpretation. Another perspective posits that the sons of God were influential or powerful human leaders who took advantage of their position to marry whomever they pleased, leading to a corrupt and oppressive society. Symbolic interpretation. Some scholars interpret the Nephilim as symbolic figures representing either fallen humanity or oppressive rulers. The term Nephilim might be seen as a metaphor for those who were tyrannical and renowned for their exploits. Heroic interpretation. The description of the Nephilim as heroes of old, men of renown, has led to interpretations that see them as ancient warriors or legendary figures, possibly reflecting a time of great strength or prowess. Historical and cultural context. Understanding the historical and cultural context of the biblical account is crucial for interpreting the Nephilim narrative. Pre-flood era. The passage is set in the pre-flood era, depicting a time of increasing human population. The corruption and violence described lead to God's decision to limit human lifespan to 120 years and ultimately to the flood. Ancient Near Eastern mythology. Similar motifs, including divine beings interacting with humans and producing hybrid offspring, appear in the mythologies of other ancient Near Eastern cultures. The Bible's narrative may be responding to or adapting these cultural themes. Fallen angels and demons. Some theological traditions, particularly within Christian and Jewish thought, adhere to the angelic interpretation, viewing the Nephilim as the offspring of fallen angels. This interpretation connects the narrative to broader themes of rebellion and divine judgment. Human depravity. Others emphasize the human leadership interpretation, highlighting the moral corruption and depravity of humanity that led to God's judgment through the flood. The Nephilim, in this view, may represent the oppressive rulers of that time. Redemptive history. From a redemptive historical perspective, the flood narrative is part of a larger biblical storyline that culminates in the promise of redemption through figures like Abraham, Moses, and ultimately Jesus Christ. The Nephilim episode serves as a backdrop to the unfolding drama of God's plan for salvation. Cultural impact and modern interpretations. Literary and artistic depictions. The Nephilim narrative has influenced literature, art, and popular culture. It has been explored in various works of fiction, sometimes taking on a more fantastical or mythological character. Popular interest. Periodically, the Nephilim gain attention in popular culture, leading to increased searches and discussions. This interest may be sparked by new books, movies, or television shows that explore biblical or mythological themes. Conclusion: the biblical account of the Nephilim in Genesis chapter 6 verses 1 to 4 remains a topic of fascination, debate, and interpretation. The various perspectives, whether angelic, human, symbolic, or heroic, offer different lenses through which to understand this enigmatic passage. Studying the historical and cultural context, alongside theological considerations, enhances our appreciation of the broader narrative of the Bible and its implications for understanding human nature, divine judgment, and the unfolding redemptive plan in biblical history. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. I hope you like this video. Thank you.